This is it, the best part of your day and the best part of
Whew.
ours. Welcome to Inspired Sports, your place for clean sports talk with real inspiration. I'm Alex Pratt alongside Scott Jakeway, who is already woohooing in the middle of the intro to the podcast. I don't know why. Scott, please explain your woo.
Well, I'm just so fantastically excited. When a good football game happens on a Monday night or a Thursday night, it just kind of fires me up. We've had too many of those like snooze fest games that, I'm like kind of falling asleep watching. Tonight was a game that was worth staying up through the entire thing.
I thought
So
maybe you were excited for Christmas or I don't know what's going like. It's like just I'm right in the middle of the intro and you're like, woo! Just, Scott's fired up and ready to go. So let's jump right in because we are ready for our trademark segment. Did that just happen? So Scotty Jakeway, I have a question for you. And the first one comes from Thursday Night Football. Rams versus Seahawks. Scotty Jakeway, did we just watch the best game of the season?
Hands down, there's no question. Write it down. This is the best game of this football season. What a wild finish. First of all, the Seahawks and the Rams, divisional rivals. It's always intense. It's always fun to watch. But this was a game that was trending towards one of those games that didn't look to be very exciting to watch. I almost turned it off. 30-16 and no, 30-14. I'm sorry.
14, 16-point deficit.
They are Seattle is driving down the field. Sam Darnold throws a interception with like 10 minutes left. And I'm going, well, there. I literally said out loud, well, that's it. And I just about turned it off.
Sam threw a Darnold.
Sam threw
we might as well just start
Darnold.
calling them Darnolds because that's what that guy does is he throws interceptions. But I'm sorry, I think you know where I'm going to go when it's my turn here. But you go ahead and finish up best game of the season.
No, then it just took a turn on its head. They got the best offense and the best defense in the NFL kind of met each other. They created a 3-and-out. They punted it, ran it back for a touchdown, and then all of a sudden the tides turn. They get another 3-and-out. Sam Darnold marches him down, throws a touchdown, and then the wildest 2-point conversion I have ever seen, Alex. I don't know if you saw this or not, but it was ruled incomplete, deflected, and then all of a sudden the refs are like, let's roll that back. And I mean, I have never seen that ever in my life. And they go, technically it was a backwards pass, and the Seattle player just nonchalantly picked the ball up while it was rolling around. So technically the ball wasn't dead, so it's good. And all of a sudden,
and what is the coaching principle? You're the football coach on this podcast. What is the coaching principle, sir?
You play until you hear
the whistle.
And that's actually what the referee, the rules analyst said. He goes, and technically the refs didn't blow their whistles, so that was the other thing that saved Seattle in that scenario. No whistle was blown, the ball never stopped rolling, so it was a good call. And Seattle just took it from there. They went into overtime, and what a wild finish. I can't believe I watched Seattle convert 3 2-point conversions to
I was going to say that. I don't remember the last time I saw someone do a 3 in one game.
That's crazy. So it was.
I guess that actually technically it would be fourth quarter and overtime, not just in one game in the fourth quarter and overtime.
Yeah.
Hey, I only have a couple quick thoughts here. One is, despite the fact that they had an amazing comeback and a great game, Seattle needs to never, ever wear those uniforms again. They are hideously bad. And I love creative uniforms, but I don't know what they were going for there. A black pearl, duck feathers, whatever that was supposed to look like, shiny marble on the helmet. I don't know what was going on, but those are bad, especially when you have such an awesome, like, standard uniform with the blue and the neon green and the mixing in of the gray. Those are all excellent, but those were hideous. Rivalry uniforms. I love them. Keep them coming, NFL, but that ain't it. That can go away.
Yeah, that one
I always have to talk some uniform talk. I'm always fully focused on that. But I also want to say, how deflating is it for Matthew Stafford and the Rams, where Matthew Stafford played a near flawless game, 457 yards, 3 touchdowns, an absolute dart to Puka Nacua at the end for the touchdown in overtime that made you go, okay, 41-yard touchdown in overtime. Man, that was just like a dagger that, I don't know if the Seahawks are going to be able to recover from that. and then they march down the field, and they not only score, but they get the 2-point conversion. So it certainly was wild. Was it the best game of the season? I mean,
Name a better
honestly,
one.
uh,
Name a
I
better one.
I really, really enjoyed when the second greatest quarterback of all time tore his ACL. That was a fantastic game. So
Maybe another one up there for me was when my Cowboys beat your Kansas
oh
City
my
Chiefs on Thanksgiving. I mean,
that's
if we're gonna go that
I
route,
really
that
walked myself
that
right
that
into
could have
that,
been
didn't we? That was a happy Thanksgiving, Scott. Anyway, I don't know. It probably was the best game of the season, considering that one of the things to consider about that is that the Seahawks had a 3% chance of winning at one point when they were down 30-14. So quite a comeback, incredible game. And Thursday Night Football brings us another good one. But speaking of another good one, I'm ready to bring you another question, Scotty Jakeway. In Did That Just Happen? Scotty Jakeway,
Okay.
did Quinn Ewers just give Tua
Oof.
Tagovailoa a taste of his own medicine? Because Tua has been benched in Miami, and Quinn Ewers will be starting this Sunday.
Well, I think so, and here's why. We all, for those fans that may not remember,
Give him the history lesson.
you're referencing the college championship. Jalen Hurts is the starting quarterback for Alabama, and at halftime, uh, Nick Saban
Meow.
decides,
That's
let's
my
make a
bench.
little bit of a
That's my yanked out of the game. Meow.
that was almost as good as my "woo" during your intro. Nick Saban decides to make a change at halftime and goes with Tua. Tua comes in, does what he did, and takes over the starting position. And
Wins a natty. Wins a natty.
wins
Doesn't do what he did. He
wins.
comes in, throws like a dart on like a 40-yard touchdown pass, and they win a national championship.
So yes, I think here's my thoughts. Ewers is going to come in. Yes, they've already been eliminated. Yes, it's kind of scrap minutes, if you will, in the season. But this is what you do when you have a struggling quarterback and you just drafted another quarterback. And I think it sends a message to Tua. And here's why I think it's an even bigger message as to what we could see next season is they didn't just move Tua to second position below Ewers. They moved Tua all the way down to the third emergency quarterback. They have Zach Wilson as the backup quarterback for the rest of the season. So I think that's a big fall from grace for Tua. I think that has to either be a wake up call or it's a red flag to say, hey, we know we just paid you a lot of money, but we're gonna make a change. And in my mind, it's just a small sample size of what we're probably going to see this offseason. I think we're seeing a lot of teams have these same conversations. Hey, oops, we paid a quarterback a lot of money too soon and we're regretting it. And I think we're going to see a lot of teams begin to either make trades or cuts and stretch out those long-term contracts and paid over time because Tua is not the answer in Miami. I said this weeks ago, and you told me I was crazy because they went on this like 4-game win streak, and you said, hey Scott, do you still think that you made the right call? And this is just proof. The cherry on top would be if we get to see Mike McDaniels get fired because that was the entire thing I predicted. I saw this coming earlier in the season, and we'll just have to wait and see if the entire prediction comes to truth.
Okay,
So,
first of all, shout out for a great little nugget there. I did not realize they had moved him into the third quarterback position.
yeah.
I have a small little nugget for you, which is
Okay.
that Tyreek Hill, who is always good for entertainment,
Yep.
just minutes after Adam Schefter reported that Tua had been benched, Tyreek Hill posted to his X account just a peace sign. As in, I'm out. In case you wondered if I was coming back to Miami, now that I know you, nope,
Deuces.
I am not coming back for Quinn Ewers or whatever else is going on. Second little nugget for you, my friend. The one of the in I'm sorry, let me make sure I say this the right way. Quinn Ewers was a topic in the very first episode of Inspired Sports
He
podcast.
was with
Shout
Texas.
out, kicking it all the way back to episode 1 when
Old school.
we used to cover a little college football up in here. But now we are the NFL edition, so I thought I would remind you of how long we've been doing this thing. Quinn Ewers at Texas was in the very first episode of Inspired Sports, so thought I'd
Yeah.
remind you of that. But to answer the question, which we should always do, and did that just happen? Did Quinn Ewers just give Tua Tagovailoa a taste of his own medicine? I say no,
Ooh.
because getting pulled in the natty is unbearable what happened to Jalen Hurts. I am impressed that that didn't derail his whole career. The man goes on to win a Super Bowl. So shout out to
Mm.
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
But getting benched in week 15 on a bad Miami Dolphins team that's paying you $53 million a year, that ain't all that bad.
Uh,
Knowing that you're getting out of town when it's whether it's all his fault or not, getting out of town and getting a fresh start while still collecting $53 million. Listen, it ain't that bad. It's not like getting pulled in the middle, because if you're Jalen Hurts, you got what like the championship ring from the national championship. Do you even keep it? Do you even want it? Do you even wear it? You
nah,
got pulled at
nah.
halftime, man.
That's a constant reminder. No way.
Yeah. So that's my conclusion is no, he didn't get a taste of his own medicine, because this really is not this could ultimately be a good thing for the Dolphins and for Tua.
Yeah,
But
you're right. You convinced me. You're right. I'll
see, there we
I'm big enough to admit
go.
you're right. You're right.
Bringing you over to the right side. I've got one more. Did that just happen for you, Scotty Jakeway? And here it
Okay,
is.
hit me with it.
Did that just happen? Did finishing in 14th place just become astonishing? Because according to reports, Bill Belichick is back on the NFL radar. There are multiple teams who are interested in talking to Bill Belichick about their head coaching position. So Bill Belichick finished in 14th place in the ACC in college football, and somehow he's might be getting a promotion. Scotty Jakeway, is 14th place astonishing?
Well, let's just go over the teams that are reportedly looking to talk to him. We're talking the Giants, the Browns, the Titans. I believe the Falcons were in that mix as well. I mean, for those teams, 14th place in the ACC is like actually looking up. Uh, so I mean, they're like, "Hey,
He
did you
was four
hear
and eight, Scott. He was
Bill
4-8
Belichick?"
in North Carolina in his first year.
4-8 is still a better record than a couple of those teams. So, I mean, they're like, "Hey, he actually could double our win
The
record."
Titans are like, whoa, 4 wins.
Titans are like, "He could double the win record for us next season. Do you think we should give him a call?" Here's the thing. Here's why I think that they're actually considering Bill Belichick. I don't agree with it, but I believe it's one of those they've seen what he could do at the NFL level. They think that he might be a little susceptible, being that he did end at 14th place. Like, hey, maybe he is going to realize that the college level is not where he wants to be. Maybe we could pull him back over to our side. But here's the real reason. I think all of those teams that have been reportedly considering it all have young, very impressionable quarterbacks. And if we go back 20 plus years, good old Bill Belichick, although known for his defense, had a quarterback named Tom Brady that was young and impressionable, and they grew together into the dynasty that we saw in New
I
England.
don't
So
know,
I
Scott.
I,
I
I
don't
think
know. I don't think I want Bill Belichick near my young quarterback. If I was in a situation like Dallas, who listen, Brian Schottenheimer's job is probably very secure. I think they're very pleased with the job he's done. But if I have like Dak in place, and what I need is someone to transform the defense and
mm,
take us to a next level, maybe I don't want Bill Belichick near any of my young quarterbacks. I mean, if you look at like the New York job, I think is probably the most attractive of the ones we mentioned,
yeah,
being that Jackson Dart, Malik Neighbors, some guy named Scattaboo. So,
Cam
yes, Cam got a Scattaboo. But, that seems to be the most attractive, but that's on the offensive side of the ball. So let me ask
Yeah.
a crazy question here. If you're
Okay.
Bill Belichick and you love defense, maybe you really are kind of considering the Cleveland Browns? Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, that Mason Graham, the defensive tackle they took like the 5th pick of the first round this year. Are you not looking at that Browns defense going, "Oh my, imagine what I could do with that"?
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, Myles Garrett is like, I think 1.5 sacks away from breaking the sack record this year with 3 games to go. I mean, you've got quite a big that is appetizing. I mean, for someone like Bill Belichick, if I had to pick, if I was Bill looking at all those teams and I was really considering, as wild as it is to say, I think Cleveland might be, and he's used to the cold. I mean, he was in New
He used
England.
to coach there.
Yeah,
He coached the
way back.
Cleveland
That's
Browns
right.
way back
Way
when.
back when. Yeah, I mean, it'd be a good come home story. I mean, there's a lot of storylines that could come out of that.
I,
That out of all of them, that might be the one.
After going 4-8, if someone's seriously calling, I think he has to take it because I
Yeah,
it's well documented that Bill Belichick is a historian of the game. Like he loves football in a way that he
right,
understands the history of the game and wants to be someone who has left his mark on it. And he already has
right,
because no, finishing 14th place is not astonishing and usually would not get you a promotion. But having 6 Super Bowl rings and
right.
the second most wins in NFL history as a head coach, that is astonishing. And so
That is.
I think if he's able to coach for 2 to 3 more seasons, he's got a shot at Don Shula's uh, most coaching wins ever record. So I think if he's able to have about 3 winning seasons, 10, 11 wins, he could pass Don Shula. And I think that matters to him because he is a historian of the game. So
Right.
I actually hope he comes back to the NFL. I think it's good for the NFL. Watching one of the greatest NFL coaches of all time go 4-8 and finish 14th in the ACC, who is that good for? Who's enjoying that? I mean,
Nah.
I was a full-on Patriots dynasty hater, and even I don't want to watch that.
Right. It was hard to watch. So I think that it would be good for him and football in general to see Bill come back or retire because him coaching at the collegiate level is not it. But what is it? Is our brand new segment.
New segment alert!
Whoop! So
Whoop! That's the segment alert.
second whoop of the. I'm gonna have a whoop counter.
There's so many sound effects in this episode.
But okay, so let me lay this out, Alex. It is a little segment we have put together called Division Decisions.
Division decisions.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna really quickly. I know there's 8 divisions. It's a lot to go through, so we're gonna keep it nice and short on each one. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick the winner of the closely contested divisions. There's like I said, there's 8 of them where it's a tight race, and I want to hear your thoughts, and I'll chime in here and there as well. So let's start with the AFC East. The Pats at 11-3 or the Bills at 10-4.
Oh, the Bills just came back and had that win over the Patriots this past weekend. But my thought on this matter is very clear. The Patriots win the division,
Oh,
but the Bills are the ones that have a chance to win the Super Bowl. I don't see the Patriots making that run all that way. So I'll take the Pats for the division.
as much as I was loving on the Patriots last week and, thinking that they were gonna do, something special, the more I think about it, I think, Josh Allen is going to just continue to have a great year, and they're going to break the cycle that they've had in years previous, so I'm going Bills on this one. They proved themselves last week, and how can you go wrong when you're able to come back from a 21-point deficit? So, that's my pick, but, let's go to AFC North. Steelers at 8 and
Oh,
6 or the Ravens at 7 and 7.
we covered this one. We
We
covered this
did.
one in the last
We
episode.
did.
I forced you to get off the fence and pick a side, and
Mhm.
you chose Lamar, and I
Mhm.
picked old man QB. And so
Yep.
I'm riding with Aaron Rodgers. They have the lead in the division, and they will play head to head one more time.
Yep.
But I think the Steelers will ultimately win that division because the Ravens we don't have time, nor is it all that interesting if I'm being honest, but the Ravens just look broken. They look broken on
Eh.
both sides of the ball. Lamar's not running the way he was. I'm wondering if he has an injury. Also, interesting fact, in less than a month, no, I'm sorry, in a little more than a month, Lamar Jackson will be turning 29.
Oh, wow.
Lamar
Yeah.
Jackson is entering old man QB territory.
He is,
Is
yeah,
that crazy to think about?
he's creeping in there, but to think about, Aaron Rodgers is, like, still 11 years his,
But
like
listen, is Aaron Rodgers even gonna play next year? There's a chance Aaron Rodgers retires, and all of a sudden, Lamar Jackson is the oldest quarterback in his division.
That's crazy to think about. But still, starting 1 and 5 and now sitting at 7 and 7, I can't go away from the Ravens. The Ravens are still Doing
All
what I
right.
said and predicted, I'm going Ravens, so that
One
one's
of us is
easy.
getting hay-broed on this. You know,
Oh,
one of us is gonna get
absolutely.
hay-broed on the AFC North.
We're gonna clip it and rewind it back in a couple weeks. But all right, so let's go to the AFC South. The Jaguars at 10-4, the
Ooh.
Texans at 9-5, or the Colts at 8-6.
All right, listen, I'm gonna go shock the world. I just cannot get enough of this Philip Rivers stuff right now, okay? And I love it. I am all in on Philip Rivers. And listen, the
uh,
reason that this is possible, you're like, hey, they're 2 games back with 3 games left, but they play the Texans and the Jaguars in those final 3 games. So yes, they do need a little help to make it happen, but I'm full on with the Colts. Let's
uh,
go, Philip Rivers. Let's go, Philly Rivy. You got this, man, and I am picking the Colts in a great Disney movie story. And I don't even care if you hey bro me later for picking the 44-year-old quarterback, because this guy has still got something left in the tank.
so here's the thing. I wanted to pick the Jaguars, but Trevor Lawrence just scares me. And so
I'm not sure he scares defenses, but he scares you.
he there's just something about him that I just doesn't like. I just can't confidently ride on the Jaguar train when Trevor Lawrence is the quarterback. So I'm gonna have to go Texans. Their defense is looking extremely scary. And as much as I had Colts love at the beginning of the season, to start 7-1 and now be sitting 8-6, and to end your season playing the Texans, it's not something that I think Philip Rivers survives.
How
So
funny is
Texans,
it? I'm sorry. You got
yeah,
Texans. I didn't mean to cut you off, but how funny is it that you were all in on the Colts when they had Daniel Jones, but
yeah.
then I'm all in on the Colts when they get Philip Rivers, but neither of us was in on the Colts when they had Anthony Richardson.
Nope. No, I don't think
You're gonna
anyone
keep that.
was. No, yeah. All right, so let's move on to the AFC West. We got good
Yeah.
old Denver Broncos at 12 and
Ugh.
2, or the Chargers at 10 and 4.
Okay. I can't even choose the Chiefs. They've been eliminated.
Yeah.
And I listen, I don't have a distaste for the Chargers the way I do the Broncos, but I'm not going to sit here and say that I think the Chargers are going to overcome a 2-game deficit with 3 games left. The Broncos are going to win the AFC West. And honestly, a lot of the issues Bo Nix was putting out there in the first half of the season, he has really cleaned up in the second half of the season. So I think the Broncos win the division, and I do not believe they're going on a deep playoff run. I don't believe they're winning the Super Bowl. I stand by that, but they've already proved me wrong once. We'll see if they can prove me wrong again.
All I have to say is Bo knows.
Stop
Broncos.
Stop putting Bo Nix in the category with Bo Jackson. Not just one of the best football players of all time, one of the single greatest athletes of all time. You're over here talking Bo Nix.
Bo knows.
Stop it.
Broncos win the division. But let's go over to the NFC now.
All right.
The NFC East, we might as well start there. Eagles at 9-5, or my Cowboys at 6-7-1.
Oh.
Who do you have?
Oh, well, of course, the Cowboys, right? We
Eh,
all believe the Cowboys are so clutch and they're going to come back and win that division. Okay, that's a lie. But here's the real reason. The Eagles have been a wild roller coaster, especially in the second half of the season.
yeah,
But even if you want to believe that the Cowboys have a shot because of their incredible offense, I don't think that they have a shot because the Eagles will be playing the Washington Commanders twice in the final 3 weeks.
yeah,
No Jaden Daniels. That team has packed it up for the year. And I think
yep.
the Eagles, that's 2 easy wins, and the Cowboys can't overcome the 2.5 game deficit in 3 games.
As much as I love the Cowboys, there's not much I'm going to say here because do I still think they're getting to the playoffs? I hope so. I think so. But is there
They win
any
in
way
the division.
they're winning the division? Not a shot. So we might as well just skip on along to the next one. The NFC North, the Chicago Bears at 10-5,
Ooh.
the Packers at 9-4-1, or the Detroit
Uh-huh.
Lions at 8-6.
Oh, this is such an interesting division. I actually just can't wait to hear what you have to say. So I'm going to keep mine
Oh
short.
yeah.
I think the Packers will win the division because I think the
Oh.
Packers will win this Sunday and they will beat the Bears. And
Oh,
I think
okay.
that will give them the lead that they need and
Yep.
that they will be able to win the division. But I mean, Scotty Jakeway, the NFC North has your arch nemesis, Caleb Williams. It has your beloved Jared Goff. It has the Packers right there in the middle. What is your answer?
It's absolutely, I mean, I don't think it's gonna be any surprise to anyone. It's not the Packers, and it's definitely not the Detroit Lions. I'm gonna go Chicago Bears. I
You absolute sellout. Are you
I
kidding me?
I mean, it's kind of like the Eagles going over my Cowboys. As much as I have a disdain for Caleb Williams, and I still have all of the all of the s-
Oh,
all of the stats
man.
on paper that prove that he is not the quarterback everyone claims he is. There's just no denying that at 10-5, I don't think the Packers and the Lions have enough season left to come back, and I think the Detroit Lions still find a way into the playoffs. But the Packers are going to lose this week, and the Bears are going to take a commanding lead. And yes, they're going to win that division. It is what it is. It's like even though Caleb Williams falls short, the Chicago Bears themselves rise above. So Chicago Bears, congratulations
Man,
on winning the NFC North.
this
But
episode is a slap in our face.
It really is. It's making us like speak like it's kind of like last week we talked about therapy sessions. This is like making us confront all
Let's
of
get
the
it
things.
all out now and
Yeah.
start fresh for the playoffs.
I
That's what
I
we
love
gotta
that.
do. We just
I
gotta
love that
take
about
it.
us.
We
Yeah,
gotta take I know
absolutely.
there's our listeners are waiting, like, are they gonna finally admit? Are they gonna do it? Are they
No.
gonna do it? We're doing it, okay?
Right now.
We hold ourselves accountable. We're not like everyone else out there in sports talk where they just pretend they didn't say it.
Exactly. But I have 2 divisions left.
Okay,
So
here we go.
let's go NFC South, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 7-7 or the Carolina Panthers at 7-7.
Scott, Scott, this is my last hope for this season not to be a total nightmare. Baker, you have to win this division. Everyone is finally back and healthy. Cade Otton isn't back yet, but that is not a big enough excuse. You have great receivers. Your offensive line is as healthy as it's been all year. Bucky Irving is back. Baker, you've got to win this division. And the Panthers are not allowed. The Panthers, bro, the same Panthers that sent you packing. Okay,
Ooh.
you're going to play them twice. Let me be clear: the Buccaneers and Panthers will play each other 2 times in the final 3 weeks, and the Buccaneers had better win this division. I do believe that they will because I believe Baker Mayfield is a better quarterback than Bryce Young. I don't even think that's a question.
No.
But the concerning part for the Buccaneers lately is their defense doesn't look as typically dominant or even be able to create the pressure that they're known for creating with the mini blitzes that Todd Bowles likes to send.
Yeah. I just simply this one was simply just out of spite of you. You know,
You
like
are so spiteful.
I'm going Carolina Panthers as much as I mean I have this I seem to this is also
You're
revealing in
really
myself
big
the
Chuba
hate I
Hubbard fan.
have.
You're a really big Rico Dowdle believer. You're really all in on Bryce Young at 5'9".
I mean, it's making me confront some of the hate I have towards quarterbacks, and I know I've said some nasty things about Bryce Young being small and having a height complex and all this stuff. But I think they pull it out. I think we're starting to see cracks in the Baker, consistency, and I think Carolina pulls this one out. So Carolina, congratulations. But let's go
Like,
one more.
okay,
We
one more.
have one more division, the NFC West with
Yeah.
the Rams at now 11-4 and the Seattle Seahawks now at 12-3.
Yeah, so I mean, this seems pretty obvious, right? This the game tonight. The Seahawks won.
Yeah,
They're 1 game up, and
Seattle, right?
yet, let me be clear:
Oh, come
Sam
on.
Darnold is going to go full Darnold, and he is going to lose to the 49ers in his last game of the season, and he is going to lose the division, and he is going to lose the 1 seed, just like he imploded last year in Minnesota in the playoff game. Because when it gets time and it gets to the end of the year, Sam goes full Darnold.
This is why we're a journalism adjacent
We can't be
because of
journalists.
we can't be journalists when we make statements like this.
You said that just like that old saying. This is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah.
Your kid breaks something, and you're like, "This is why we can't have nice things. This is why we can't be journalists. This is why we're journalism
This
adjacent."
is this is why we're journal adjacent. Seattle Seahawks just pull off one of the greatest comebacks of the season. They end
Fraud,
the oh come on.
imposters.
If it was anyone else other than the Rams that they did this to, I'd say, okay, maybe it was a fluke. But you can't say the team that they just beat in overtime with a 2-point conversion to a man that was wide open. You can't say it.
I have a question for you, Scott Jakeway. Do you
Okay.
know what Sam Darnold and the Vikings record was last year when they entered the playoffs? What their
Uh,
regular season record?
15-3,
That
15 and
that would be
14 and
18 games. There's only 17. They're
14
gonna
and
go to
3.
18 eventually. They were 14-3,
Okay, yeah.
and then he imploded. So, even if you believe that this Seahawks team is amazing and they're going to win their last 2 games, that's the same record that the Vikings had, and the guy completely melted down. Is this team any better than the Vikings? Is Sam Darnold gonna go full Darnold? Yes, he is. Just give it time.
I don't believe the question was who's going to win in a playoff game after they won the division. It was who wins the
But
division.
no, no, but listen, the last game of the season against the 49ers is gonna feel like a playoff game because the
Mm,
division is on the line, the 1 seed
mm.
is on the line, and he's gonna crumble, man. Just get ready. That cookie loves to crumble.
uh, uh,
I got you. I got
no,
him good,
that
folks.
that
He
that
lost
totally
it.
got me. I didn't
I
have
got him.
anywhere to. I couldn't recover from that. So I guess that we'll just have to wait and see. But Alex, what night is it tonight? What day is
Oh,
it?
it's Thursday, my friend.
Oh, it's Thursday, and you know what that means. Trivia
Trivia!
Thursday. And tonight I have a trivia question for you, Alex Pratt.
Alright, hold
And I
on,
think
hold
this
on,
is a
hold
good
on,
one.
hold on, hold on. I have a quick question. Just a quick
Okay.
question, super fast.
Okay. Okay.
If I get this question right, do I get to not wear the jersey that you're sending to my house? Does it get me out of wearing the ugly, disgusting, whatever jersey you picked that I have to wear?
I will say it right now. If you get this right, the
Oh,
jersey
I not wear.
uh
Hang. I
wait,
used the
wait,
wrong verb.
hey,
It's
yeah,
hang.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't have to wear it.
Hang. You don't have to wear it. You don't have to hang it. Here's the deal. I'll go one step further. If you get this right, the jersey was delayed in getting to my house. If you remembered, I somehow sent it to my house instead of your house, and I
Solid.
just received it. So it is sitting in my car right now. If you get this question, I will walk out of the podcast, go get it, and I will hang it up because it's even a jersey I wouldn't want to hang up.
That's
So
amazing. You're gonna walk outside, get in your Bentley, and get that jersey and bring it back inside.
I will bring it back, hang it up for the rest of this episode and the next episode if you get this question right.
I
So no
love that you
pressure.
I love that you were just gonna let our fans believe that you drive a Bentley. I love that
Hey.
you, without skipping a beat, just moved right along like I was totally making up the fact that you drive a Bentley.
I mean, I've heard crazier things.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
no, I do not, folks. We are not at the level yet at
That's
Inspired Sports.
that's why we're not that's why we're journalism adjacent, because you just let the people believe you're driving around in a Bentley.
Hey, if they want to believe it, hey, all power to you, people.
All
But
right, hit
no,
me
I
with that
don't drive a
question.
Bentley. All right,
Hit me with that
here we
question.
go. Trivia Thursday. Who made NFL history as the first visiting quarterback to post a perfect passer rating?
The
And
first
I've got 3
visiting
hints for you.
quarterback. Okay, so let me
Let me give you the stats.
I don't think passer rating goes all the way back to the beginning of the NFL. So is this like when they started recording it, or is it like then they went back and applied passer rating to everything?
No, so hint number 1, it kinda goes with it. This was December of 2023. So this was
Okay,
a
that's
recent.
helpful.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The first
And I'll give you the stats if that helps. I mean, that wasn't a hint, but I have the stats written down if
sure,
that
hit me. What do
he
you got?
he went 22 of 28 for 381 yards. He threw 4 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. Mm, if you're that much of a statistician that would ring a bell to you, then great, but,
2023.
December 2023, I've got 2 more hints for you.
All right, I'll take the next one.
Alright, it was at Lambeau Field.
I knew it was at Lambeau Field. I knew that part. Oh. All right, give me the third hint.
He is still on the same team today,
Okay.
so
Okay,
it's not
that's
like
helpful.
someone
All
that's
right.
switched teams, yeah.
So let's talk this out loud because that's helpful because no one wants to hear me
Okay.
think because that's silence.
Okay.
So you might want to guess that it was a division opponent. because it was at Lambeau Field. So you go Bears. So it's not Caleb Williams because he wasn't there. It could be Jared Goff. It could be the Viking. No, can't be Sam Darnold. No. Yeah, because he's on the same team. So if it were a division opponent, it would have to be Jared Goff. I don't think it's Jared Goff. So now I take a step out and go to the conference of the NFC, and I think about who would have been there in 2023 and had a perfect passer rating. 22 of 28. Okay. In Lambeau Field.
In Lambeau Field.
Perfect passer rating. First visiting quarterback to ever have a 158.3, I believe.
You're correct.
That is a perfect passer rating, 158.3.
Yep.
And I believe that in 2023, the quarterback that went into Lambeau Field and performed that incredible feat was Justin Herbert.
Oh, Justin Herbert is actually a very
It's not
wrong
right.
guess.
So not right. It's so not right.
I would like to first preface before I give this answer that all of our listeners and viewers, this is not predetermined. Alex really doesn't know the question.
No clue. No.
And therefore did not know he was hanging up 2 of his jerseys behind him when I wrote this. It was Baker Mayfield.
I never thought in a million years. So I am so into the psychological part of this that I was convinced that you were going to pick someone I didn't like. And so I was like, well, it's not Bo Nix. So I guess is it Justin Herbert? Because he's still on the same team. But Baker,
that's so great.
touchdown maker is the answer. Baker Mayfield on the Buccaneers.
When we connected tonight, I already had that question put together.
So annoyed the answer was
and I saw that both your jerseys behind you were Baker Mayfield. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. This is wild.
I can't believe that.
But,
that's disgusting. Yeah. I didn't get that.
Good old Baker Mayfield.
That's perfect for this season, Scott.
It's perfect. But it is what it is.
It is what it is. But you know what's better than that? I know what's better than that.
What's that?
And that is the way that we end every episode here at Inspired Sports with a biblical devotion. We've been sharing these with you all season long, and we believe and we have heard feedback from our listeners that they are encouraged by them, that they are challenged by them, that they are inspired by them, and that they are sharing them with other people in their lives. And we want to thank you for that. And tonight, another great devotion is coming your way from Scott Jakeway.
Thanks, Alex. I appreciate that. Tonight's Devo was already put together before tonight's game, and it was quite interesting because I titled this Devo "Playing Through the Whistle," and we referenced that exact phrase at the beginning of this podcast because if you watched tonight's football game, the whole reason why the game took the turn that it did was because the Rams did not play through the whistle, and yet the other team, when it seemed like it was a dead ball, when it seemed like the play was over, things didn't go the way they envisioned, a player continued to play through the whistle, seemingly doing something that would have thought to be, at that time, been pointless, and picking up a ball in the end zone. And yet, because he did the small things behind the scenes and doing something seemingly meaningless, the Seahawks ended up getting awarded the 2-point conversion and end up winning the game. And Alex, if you've been around the game long enough, you've heard that phrase countless times. And that really goes through any sport. That as a coach, that's something I coach, that we play until you hear the whistle. You do not stop running. You do not stop shooting. You do not stop doing whatever you are doing until you hear the whistle. Because although it may feel like the play is dead, any good player knows that that's just simply not the case in a lot of different scenarios. Coaches scream it in practice, myself included. They lose their voices yelling at game day, myself included. Why? Because everybody looks good on that first step. Everybody looks fast when the ball is snapped, but what actually happens shows who you are as a player. And when the play looks like it might be over, but it just isn't yet. We know that moment very well. We described what happened tonight, but I think about so many times the running back looks like he's going down and the defense slows up, someone eases off of his back, and all of a sudden he spins out, and they look at the review, and they realize his knee never touched the ground, and he keeps on going and scores a touchdown. We hear play through the whistle because it's all about effort, but it's deeper than just effort. It's about who you are when it feels like nobody is watching, when it feels like the play is over, when it looks like your part doesn't matter anymore. And that's exactly where Colossians 3 speaks into our lives. Paul says, "So no matter what your task is, work hard. Always do your best as the Lord's servant, not as man's." In other words, don't just play hard when the coach is watching. Don't just live right when people are paying attention. Don't just give your best when the lights are bright or when it's Friday night or in our case as Christians, when it's Sunday morning. Whatever you do, whether it's practice, your job, with family, relationships, with school, do it like you're doing it for Jesus himself. That is ultimately what changes everything. Because if I'm being real, Alex, most of us have two effort levels. The one everyone can see, and the one we give when no one else is noticing, when no one else is paying attention. We hustle when it's highlight time. We dial it back when it's hidden, when it's ordinary, when it's not exciting. And that's exactly what happened tonight. The play looked over and it didn't seem exciting. And wouldn't we know, Seahawks offensive player walks over and picks up the ball. Spiritually, we can be the same way. We worship hard on Sunday. We shout amen at the sermon. We nod as they're reading the Bible verse. And then we kind of coast when it comes to Monday. The thing that I think about when I was writing this is when I was a teenager, someone gave me the very wise advice is that it doesn't matter how high you jump on Sunday. It's about how far you walk with Jesus on Monday. James calls that out when he says, "Do what God's teaching says. Don't just listen and do nothing." Hearing is the easy part. Agreeing is easy. Nodding when the sermon is going is easy. But living it, practicing it out, doing it when the emotions wear off, that's playing through the whistle. Think about all the places this shows up. If we really think about it, you're in a season where you feel overlooked. Someone else is getting the platform, the attention, the reps. You think, what's the point of just giving my best? What does it even matter? No one even cares. But God says, I see you. Play through the whistle. You're in a job that doesn't feel like your dream. Maybe you're doing something that seems small or boring or beneath your skill level. But God says, don't do it for your boss's approval. Don't do it just for a paycheck. Do it unto me. Play through the whistle. You're trying to live for God, but maybe that temptation just keeps coming up. You've prayed, you've tried, you failed, and now the enemy is whispering, why keep fighting? Just give in. Your play is over. But God says, my grace is still enough. My spirit is still in you. Get up, keep going, and play through the whistle. Playing through the whistle literally means just keep serving, maybe at church or a job when it goes unnoticed. Keep choosing integrity when the shortcuts look easier. Because at the end of the day, we're not performing for the crowd. We're not living for the likes, the applause, the affirmations. Scripture says we serve Jesus Christ, and he is the one that's keeping the score. And here's the thing, Alex. In football, if you stop early, you usually realize it instantly. But in life, it's not always that obvious. You might never see the full impact of your faithfulness. You may never know how your quiet obedience encouraged somebody else, or how your consistency planted seed in your family, possibly even your own kids, or how your integrity at work opened a door later on that you couldn't see in the moment. But the thing is like I mentioned earlier, God sees it all. So maybe you're listening tonight, maybe you're watching and you're tired, spiritually gassed, emotionally worn out. You feel like, man, I've been doing the right thing and it doesn't seem like anything matters. Nobody notices, nothing's changing, and I'm ready just to give it up and just coast. I'm ready to give all that hard work away because what does it really matter? But I need you to hear this. The play is not over until God blows the whistle. Galatians 6:9 says, "We must not get tired of doing good, for we will receive our harvest of eternal life at the right time." We must not give up. You see, there is a harvest attached to your faithfulness. There's a fruit attached to your consistency. You may not see it yet, but God is not wasting your effort when you want to give up. So as you go into your day this tomorrow, maybe your week, maybe your next season, bring that football phrase into your soul. Play through the whistle. In your work, give it your best like it's worship. In your relationships, love people like Christ loves you, fully, sacrificially, consistently. In your walk with God, don't just do it as for someone nodding at a sermon, but be someone who lives for it on Monday through Saturday when no one else is cheering you on. Because at the end of your life, the crowd won't be the one speaking. Your eternal coach will. And the words we're chasing most aren't "you're talented" or "you were really impressive down there on earth." The words we're seeking are "well done, my good and faithful servant."
Scott, that was exactly what I needed to hear, and therefore I know it's exactly what our listeners needed to hear as
Amen.
well. That honestly, there's as we're coming to the end of a calendar year, even
Yeah,
it's easy to just kind of set things on coast in your spiritual life
yeah,
because of the holidays. You've got Thanksgiving, and you've got Christmas, and you've got family responsibilities, and so
right.
much on the schedule. But just being reminded, like, hey, play through the whistle, finish this year strong, stay
Yeah,
focused on Jesus during Christmas time, stay focused on Jesus every part of the year, of course. But
yeah.
man, that is such a solid reminder that I I feel like I could listen to every week and be like, "Yep,
Yep.
yep, I could feel that way."
Same.
And so for everyone, whether it's in your spiritual life, whether it's at your job, like you mentioned, Scott, which I thought was so awesome, was that you're when you said, "Hey, maybe no one sees the integrity that you're having at your job right now, but stay that course because
Yeah,
God sees that." And
right.
that's the path toward being a good and faithful servant. So that if that didn't set you up for big success tomorrow in your day, then I don't know what else you could have been looking for. We attempt to do that to inspire you and to challenge you and make you laugh and have a little fun along the way every time. We do a recording here for Inspired Sports, and we want to thank you for listening to your place for clean sports talk with real inspiration.